I wanted to use my final address in the Parliament for 2024 to wish my constituents in Ryde a very Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. Throughout the course of this year, we've worked hard to fight for our fair share. We've always been pragmatic, constructive and fiercely defensive of the things that make Ryde the very best place to call home. I'm particularly proud of our efforts to push for real and pragmatic rental reforms, with many of the ideas now enshrined in law elevated over 12 months ago at my rental forum held in Eastwood. This was a demonstration that community input can lead to real legislative change, and that no matter how apathetic we may feel as a society towards politics, parliaments and governments, that change is possible with the right people at the right time in the right places. The Ryde community is also finally seeing progress on the long overdue school developments in Melrose Park, the demolition of the old Meadowbank Public School, which will pave the way for much needed open spaces, and the distribution of almost $500,000 to local school P&Cs, community organisations and sports clubs for local projects and initiatives. This is a demonstration of real impact at a grassroots level, made possible through considered collaboration and advocacy. The realisation of these outcomes is the driver that will motivate me to pursue what remains unfinished, like the Ryde Hospital rebuild, the new school needed for Macquarie Park, and the unwinding of poorly executed bus timetable changes, which has left many local residents worse off this year. Over Christmas, many will take time to regroup with family and friends, reassess their direction and enjoy some well-earned rest. I hope those looking to improve their health and well-being will make it a New Year's resolution to join me in our newly established Macquarie University Park Run, something I had the privilege of championing alongside my then council colleagues at the City of Ryde. On that note, I congratulate the new local government representatives overseeing my electorate and particularly acknowledge Ryde's Mayor Trenton Brown and Parramatta's Mayor Martin Zeta for their leadership. They play an important role in our community and have already hit the ground running, working closely with my office and I, delivering for the community. To my staff, Kathy Tracy, Tommy Bay, Jasmine Alawat, Jem Craddock, Andrew Tutos, Lisa Lee, Kim Ng and Christopher Kong, thank you for pushing boundaries, innovating and for always having the best interests of the community and I at the forefront of your minds. To my colleagues, thank you for your advocacy on behalf of your communities, and especially to the opposition leadership for their steadfast commitment to a better New South Wales. The events of this week, with strikes and wholesale industrial disputes, are a reminder that we absolutely can do better. To do that, we must always put people at the centre of our decisions, not vested interests or the expediency of politics. As a child growing up, this principle was emblazoned in my mind. I honestly can't thank my family enough for their guidance, support and unbridled belief in doing what is right. My parents, Janelle and Richard, are the best and most honest example of that virtue in action, and this year has been no exception. I share that learning with my sisters, Kendall and Madison, who throughout this year have gone from strength to strength, both personally and professionally. I'm so grateful for their unconditional support and hope 2025 shapes up as they would have hoped. Finally, I want to acknowledge my family at home. My partner, Natalie, who is here today, never ceases to amaze me. She's been the driving force behind most of my good ideas and initiatives. And while I love this job, I love you more and can't conceive of any of my life without you. With you in my life, I've lost a sense of me and can only really comprehend us. I cherish every moment, even the hard ones, and I'm so grateful for the life that we are now living. And to Oscar, the Parliament's most famous cat, with the exception of the Premier, whose unhealthy fixation on our little rag doll has raised more than a few eyebrows across the aisle, Oscar lights up the lives of all who meet him. He is adored in Ryde, and at the rate that we are going, is on track to be mentioned more times in Hansard than some of the Premier's own ministers. In mentioning Hansard, it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the team's dedicated service and extend those thanks to everyone who makes this place tick. As members, we are awfully fortunate to have you, and I hope that you will be able to enjoy some well-deserved time away from this place. I will finish where I started by affirming my love for the Ryde community. I wish you all the very best for the Christmas break and look forward to fighting for a bold and ambitious agenda in 2025. The honour and privilege of serving you throughout the course of this year is unrivalled, and I wish you all every joy and wonder.